Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. This is the second video about the TruckFridge TF49 installation, and this part of the video is going to be about getting the original Dometic refrigerator that sits behind that door there, getting it out, so removing the door, removing all the connections in that exterior piece as well as the vent on the outside, getting it disconnected and removed. Finding out what mysteries and treasures wait behind there, because I don't think that refrigerator has ever been out of the vehicle and probably hasn't been cleaned behind there either. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. Anyway, time to go get a screwdriver and some wrenches and get to work. Okay, so the flue cover is now off, and the original flue and propane piece of it can now come out of the body side of it. I think this is the first time this has ever been removed off of the van because it was still original gasket material. So let's move to the inside. Okay, everything has been removed from the refrigerator. All the different areas to the sides of the refrigerator have been cleaned out. So this top side. So what happens next is got a little pry piece to take the covers for the screws here off, those pieces, and then this should be able to lift out, I think, and come out. And then there's a couple of other ones on the inside, as well as taking off the original propane piece. All right, so now it's time to get those little pieces right there taken off, and then we'll see if we can slide the refrigerator up. Okay, front bezel is off, so 3 screws on the right hand side, and then there's another one for the bottom down here. And in taking the cover off, I can see that at some point in time it's had some residence in here. So I'm gonna go get some gloves and clean that out, and then get the ones on the sides. I think there's one in the cabinet here, and I think there's another one inside this cabinet, and then I think there's 2 more on that side, and then disconnect the propane. All right. Well, the refrigerator is out. It takes a little bit of working back and forth, and I had to take the refrigerator outside. I've always had a little bit of a funky smell in here, no matter how I've cleaned, and now I know why, because sometime in its past, mice, which is a common thing with Vanagons, especially if they sit outside. But yeah, it's time to get the shop vac, clean this out. But I'm glad I took that refrigerator out, because as I took it out, it smelled so bad. I'll shoot a little bit of video on that. Okay, so there's the refrigerator out of the van, and you can see mice really like to have a little habitat there on the top of it. Back of it doesn't look too terribly bad, but yeah, I think I'm going to be a little bit happier with the TruckFridge on here. One thing, when you're taking these out, you have to rock it back and forth out of the cabinet. But one thing to keep in mind, so this is your flue, that's the chimney. This piece bolts to the flue vent on the outside. What happened twice was that this piece here, actually both pieces, but this one especially, this tang, it got trapped first on the bodywork, and then as I was pulling the refrigerator on out, it got caught on the back wall of the cabinet. So a little bit of back and forth with it. It can be done by one person. Certainly would be easier, I think, with 2. But Yeah, all right, time to clean up the van and start looking at how we put in the new fridge. Okay, well, the fridge is out and the space has been cleaned, the remnants of the mice, and I can tell you right now that doing that little project and Cloroxing the crap out of the floor and the cabinetry and vacuuming it out and all that kind of stuff, it's made a difference in the smell of the van, thankfully. Okay, well, spaghetti junction back here with the wiring. I've just got it in a test configuration. So it's fused, and I do have it running off of my panel over here. You can see the blue light on, so when I switch that off, then the refrigerator goes off, and you can hear the fan, the compressor. So, and this thing sounds pretty darn quiet, really, to me. So yeah, that's working out pretty well. I think what I've decided to do is that I think I'm just going to keep the refrigerator down on the floor, and then I'm going to put some 3/4 inch blocks on the sides where I can put these screw these in over here. I think that's probably going to be the better bet. But before I do, the AC 110 electrical box has to go in that way because the refrigerator, all of this stuff here on this side, smacks into it. So yeah, that's it for right now. And I had some spacers that I had bought, and it's looking like to space this out this way for the electrical box. And I think I've only got 2. So and it's gonna need 4. And looks like it's going to be another trip to the home center. So anyway, all right, back to the grind. Okay, well, I think that's going to be the location of it for right now. I've got it connected up electrically, and it is already starting to cool down, which is pretty impressive. And really, it's pretty quiet. That's the fan that's running that you hear. So yeah, I did the 3/4 inch on the sides, and then I just decided to do some 2x4s underneath it to get some aero gap underneath it. I'll finish it off maybe sometime with a grate or something like that. And then I got the aromatic cedar piece there on the top of it. So hopefully it'll pull in a little better cedar smell rather than the smells that it had earlier with the mice. So anyway, I think that's going to be it for right now. I'm going to go take a break, and then I'll clean up, plug it into 110, and just make sure everything's working okay. And just test it out over the next couple of days. I'll give you feedback and what I find out about it in future updates. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.